Well, good afternoon everybody and welcome. My name is Wendy Porter and I am the Laptray Crafter, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in North Devon. And I'm just waiting for a few people to come along, so do say hello when you sign in. I like to know who's there. Nice to know I'm not talking to myself. And today, this is the stamp set that I'm going to play with. And I must confess, I bought it because I loved it, but I was never quite brave enough to use it. And I've seen some lovely, lovely cards and projects that people have made. And I thought, right, I'll get it out today. And of course, I still have my challenge to myself, where every single stamp that I have, I'm trying to make at least 3 cards with every stamp, and I'm doing pretty well. Hello Jeanette, welcome. How are you today? Can you hear me okay? Be lovely if you could just send a thumbs up so that I know the sound is all right. I had a fiddle with my computer this morning and I ran it for a while just to make sure that I didn't get the horrible pixelation, and it worked okay. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And I was just saying, this is the stamp set that I'm going to use today. And I don't think you will guess the colours that I'm going to use. Hazel thought it would be Highland Heather and Gorgeous Grape. Nope, wrong. Hello Linda, welcome. How are you today? Can you hear me okay? If you could send up a little thumbs up just to confirm the picture's okay and that you can hear me. Otherwise, I'm just talking into thin air. I might put some lights on in a minute. Okay, let's get going. Loud and clear. That's what I like to know, Jeanette. Loud and clear. Good. So, today, this is the stamp set we're going to use. Oh, by the way, I should say, if you see a little red rectangle in the top corner, thank you, Linda. I'm glad you can. It's okay with you as well. If you can see a little red rectangle that says live, that means this is a live Facebook Live. And if any of you watch it afterwards and you don't see the little red square, that means you're watching a replay. And if you're watching it on YouTube, then it's definitely a replay. Okay, so let's get going. This is the stamp set that I'm going to use. And I don't know whether either of you have got this one, but I've not used it yet. I bought it because I liked it, but I just never got round to trying it. So today I am going to use it. So I've got a couple of cards prepared, and the first one I'm going to do uses the lovely Designer Series paper. And this is a sheet from the Designer Series paper, which of course will be retiring when this catalogue finishes. And if you look on my Facebook group, there's a link to my shop, and if you go to my shop you can see a list of everything that is retiring, and some of it is being in a sale and is discounted. Yes, I like the sentiments too. Brilliant. So what I've done is I'm doing my square cards as always. So I've got a piece of Night of Navy, and that measures 5 5/8 by 5 5/8, and then a piece of basic white that measures 5 1/2 by 5 1/2, and I've put it through the lovely subtle embossing folder, and that's one of the things that's going. I am so upset. I'm going to miss this because I use it a lot. So I'm just going to glue these two together. Here we go. And you'll probably be able to hear the wind again, girls, because it is very, very windy and it's whistling. I don't know where it whistles to, but it does. Is it windy up your way, Linda? There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this to this, and this measures 4 inches by 4 inches, and so the Night of Navy bit is 4 1/8. I think, was it 4 1/4? 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So that just gives a, yeah, it's windy. Nice for drying. Do you know, I don't put stuff on my line. In fact, I don't have a washing line. I've never had a washing line. Never where I live. I always use the tumble dryer. And I suppose it's just one of those things you get used to. I probably should put it in on the washing line, but I don't. I use the tumble dryer. Today it would probably blow away, it's that windy. There we go, that's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. And then what I've done is I've die cut a shape from the Label Me Fancy. And I have a feeling that might be going too. I've got some twine here, and I've got some baker's twine. So I've got a choice of what I use. And what I've done is I have die cut some of the many messages. Right, so I've stamped and die cut some of these. Well, all of them. It can't be difficult to do some of them. And so I thought I might use those today. And what I've done is I've put them into one of our little mini cases. And so I don't forget what's in there, I've photocopied the front of the case like so, and my plan is to stick that on the inside here so I know what I'm looking for. Alright, so I've done some in Night of Navy. No, I don't want that. Oh, just a card to say hello. How about that? That's a nice one. And the nice thing I think about the dies that go with this set, well, not dies, it's one die, one huge die. So you stamp the sentiments, and then you cut them out with just this one huge die, and it's actually quite easy to line up. Can you see there's a big star there, and then there's a heart there, and I've found that if you line up the big heart and the star, then you will get all of them encased beautifully. Alright, so that's what I've done. I've already stamped them and die cut them out. so we can choose which one we want. Right, we'll put that back in the case. And I'm pleased to say this is not retiring. Good. So what I've done, I'm planning to do, is I'm just going to pop that on there like that. So let me glue this first. Now, what I wondered was, shall I tie this round here and then tie a bow like so. And this twine is from the Well Suited suite that's in the mini catalogue, and you get 2 rolls of twine. You get this one, which is Night of Navy, and you get another one which is I think it's Smoky Slate or Grey Granite. I'll get it in a second and I'll show you. Well, it might be Basic Grey, actually, thinking about it. But, okay, so then I'm just going to tie that into a bow. Oh, missed it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, now I can't tie a bow. Why can't I tie a bow today? There we go. Cool. Bow, pull the ends, get some scissors and chop that off. Leave the ends quite long, I think. There we go. So here's the other reel of twine. I think that's Basic Grey, and you can see you get 2 in a pack, so that is brilliant. And it's just lovely for men's cards, but I think also if you're doing a card that's got Night of Navy in it, then I think that's good too. So I'm just going to spread that out. I'm going to pop that on with some dimensionals. And I'm probably going to run out of dimensionals during today, so but that's okay. Pop some dimensionals on here on the back. Are you crafting, girls, or are you just sitting and watching with a cuppa? Hello Val, welcome. How are you today? I'm just saying it's windy here, so you'll hear whistling, I expect. And it's windy where Linda is as well. So I'm using today, Val, in case you didn't see it, I'm using Art Gallery as my stamp set. Oh, you're just watching and having a relaxing time. That's nice, Linda. Good. Bring in the bin. Hello, Catherine. Yes, wasn't it exciting? I didn't catch all of it. I only caught the end of it because I forgot it was on. But it was brilliant. Didn't they do well? I bet the French didn't like it, but I thought it was quite good. How are you, Catherine? Are you okay? I'm putting that on there like so, and then that's going to go on there. So again, I'll use some dimensionals. Not a cuppa yet, just watching. Oh, you've been making Easter cards. I've been making Easter cards. That's why I forgot the rugby was on last night, because I was making Easter cards. And you know what it's like when you're crafting. You just forget the time, don't you? Especially if I'm upstairs. Even though I've got a clock up here, I just forget to look at it. There we go, that's going to go on there. And I could definitely do with a bit of bling, I think. Let's see what I've got in my box. Got a new packet of pearls. Do I need to... Have I got a pack that's already open? No. Look, I'm going to open a new pack of pearls. Look how old this is, though. Yeah. Of course, you support Wales, don't you, Catherine? Right, so bring in me take your pick tool, and I'm just going to wind it on a little bit and get a bit more putty on the end. Can you see it popping out? There we go, that's enough there. I'm just going to refocus that a bit. Right, so let's just dot a few pearls about on there. Oh, let's put one each end here. There we go. I think that's all I'm going to add. No more. So there's our first card. Ta-da! How cool is that? Nice. Right, so where am I going to put that? So the next one is another card that uses the designer series paper, and this time what I've done is I've got a piece of Night of Navy. Thank you. No, do you know, Catherine, I think that's exactly right. They were very, very foolish, weren't they? And they should have had a, what they call, is it a bye when they don't play, and Scotland should have been given the points. I agree, totally. Now this is a piece of the designer series paper from the pack, and instead of using the side with the flowers, all right, I've turned it over and I've chosen this side, and what I've done is I've run it through the old world paper embossing folder, and that one's going too. I mean, there are some lovely ones coming, but I shall miss these two because I've been using them a lot, and that gives it that lovely texture look. Absolutely fab. So let's glue these in. Thank you very much, girls. I'm glad I make things that you like. There we go. So this is going to go on here. Like so. It's a shame, I know, not to use that side. But no, I'm not going to use that side. I'm going to use this side. And I want this green blob to go in the bottom. Right. Well, I'm sure it's not a blob. It's a... looks like a brush mark, doesn't it? Making sure I've got a goodly amount of glue on, because this embossing folder is very, very textured. That's why I like it. Here we go. Right, now what I want to do is I've cut up some of the designer series paper, same pattern, so it was all from one sheet, and then I've cut it into 1 1/4 inch strips. Alright, now this is going to go, providing I can find the way it's meant to go, that's going to go there like that, and then that's going to go that end. So the idea is that I put them on here like this. Right. So I'm going to put this on. I'll do the sides first. Okay. Do the sides first. So, and then the gap that's left in the middle, I can just spread out this one, and I find that's the easiest way to do it. There. Cool. Would help if it was straight. There we go. Oh, I've got glue on my thumb. Right. Okay, good, that'll do. Right, so what am I going to use this time? Let's bring my box over. Now I've got some there that I stamped a little while ago in soft suede, but I want blue, or I've got some in that I did in smoky slate. So I've got another shape from the Label Me Lovely. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, sending happy thoughts. That's quite nice. Quite like that. Have you seen this one? This is a lovely shape, and it's stitched, and it's also got these little tags. Look, how cool is that? Oh, I could do it as a thank you card and have that up that way, or will that fit on there? Oh, it will. Right, I think I'm going to do it as a thank you card. Right, like so. And because there's quite a big gap there, I'm thinking I should put some ribbon on, I think. And what I've got out is I've got some of the in colour ribbon. Says she looking through a box. This is Misty Moonlight. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I am literally going to put a dimensional. Now we haven't got a lot of space because it's such a teeny weeny. Hello Hazel, lovely that you could join us. How are you? Now what have I done with my dimensionals? What did I do with them? Oh no, there. There you go. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put a dimensional on the back of this, like so. And then what I'll do is see if I can do this. One of these. Oh, I'm going to need another dimensional, another bit of dimensional. I'll put that on there like that, and then peel that off. So, let's see, what does that look like? Oh, that's okay. Fiddle with it a little bit, and then I can trim that, so just to get the reel out of the way. And then this is going to go, let me just fiddle with it again. Yeah. And that's going to go on there. Get that. Okay. So I'm going to use some I'm going to use some dimensionals. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dimensional there, and then a dimensional there. You're hearing the workings of my brain, you know, on a Saturday afternoon, girls. Because although I have the idea Good, I'm glad you're okay, Hazel. Although I have the ideas, they're only ideas in my head. And you know what it's like when you come to do something, the idea that you've got in your head sometimes takes a little bit of working out to actually put it into practice. So there we go, that goes like that. And then I'm going to put that on there. Do you think that's too much ribbon? I do. Too much ribbon. Let me see. I'm going to hut the... Did you know that, girls? If you on your dimensionals, you can pull them off. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to fill with this. Bit too much ribbon there for my liking. I'm just going to have... Right. I'm going to do that and do that. Cut that off. Right, so what I've done is I've now got that. This laid down, I will dip it. Oh, did you yeah, you're right, Val. It is only paper and card, and sometimes we get ourselves into a bit of a flap over it, don't we? Did you just lose me? Because I suddenly has been interrupted, but it would start again automatically. So I hope you're still there. So all I'm going to do, snip, snip, and I'm going to snip, snip. There we go. Oh, let's try and get them the same either side. Do. Okay, right. Have I done it more than once then, Catherine? Oh, but at least the picture, I'm touching wood while I say it, says she tapping her head. At least the picture is a bit better than it was on Wednesday. Wednesday was a utter disaster, wasn't it? We not only lost the broadcast, but when it was up, it kept pixelating, and it was dreadful. And I have tried and worked on the videos, because there were two that needed to be trimmed, put together to make one long video. But when I looked at it after I'd fiddled with it and downloaded it, which took hours, it was all pink. All I saw was pink. No video at all. So I will have another go. Don't worry, I will have another go. Right, I'm going to use dimensionals to put this on. Let's just cut some of this off. The edges are so useful if you want to just have strips. Okay, well we'll carry on. Carry on regardless, right? So I'm going to put some, whoops, didn't cut that one. Pop that down in the corner. Got another piece here, yeah. So as you can see, you can use up every little last bit of your sheet of dimensionals. Put that there. And I've deliberately put quite a lot on because I want the card to stay stuck, because it's quite bumpy, you see. Here we go. So that's just going to pop in the middle there like so. Are you talking about the paper, Catherine? It is beautiful paper. It's like somebody's done, well, somebody has. They've used an oil painting, I think, and painted them, and then they photographed them, and that's what the designer series paper is. And it's in the mini catalogue. So let's bring some pearls in, and we'll pop some pearls on here. And I'm just going to dot them about. I'm not going to fret where they go. I'm not even going to fret which size ones I use, actually. So let's see, 1, 2, 3 up here, and then we'll have one down here. There we go. So we got 5 pearls on there. So there we go, there's another card. Another card done. Good. Lovely. Right, so I think the next cards are going to be stamped cards. So thank you, Catherine. Lovely. Now, can you see what colours I've used? Da da da. Right. So I am using, this was my inspiration. I want to use the paper that was part of the, and I can't remember what it was called. Oh, my brain has gone, girls. You know the what they call the kit. What was it called? The blue one. Well, that's what I'm using. And you can buy the whole kit in the sale at the moment. And the refill, there's still some refills left as well. You must make cards that way. What way's that, Val? Using, that's it. Indigo, what was it called? Indigo, was it Indigo Madness? No, it wasn't called Indigo Madness, was it? What was it called? I've got a bit of paper here. Oh dear, what was it called? No, the box doesn't say anything on it, but you know what it is. I'll when I've finished, I will put it on my blog, and you'll see. Right, so that's it. Boho Indigo. Well done, Linda. Well done. I'm glad somebody knows. And I've got a strip of Night of Navy, and I'm just going to put that across here like so. And that is a bit like having a ribbon across, I thought. So let's glue that in place. Yeah, that's it. Oh, it was Hazel who said Boho Indigo. And I think you've got this, haven't you, Catherine? So that's going to go across there like so. And I'm using the top of my designer series paper so I can get it straight. Now, what I did wonder, girls, was should I or shall I use some of the gilding flakes? Oh, with the strips. Oh, I like doing that, Val. I really do. Now, what I'm going to try... Now, I have not used these flakes, these gilding flakes. So I am going to put a piece of... And I expect this is going to make a good old mess. You've got the refill, Catherine, didn't you? That's right. So this will give you some inspiration as to what to use it with. So I'm going to put a strip of tear and tape along here, right? And I'm going to cut it. Right. Now let me show you these flakes. Now don't anybody breathe, laugh, sneeze, right? Because it will go everywhere otherwise. Now what I've done is I have only decanted a little bit from my pot, and can you see that pot is still full? This is gonna last donkey's years, I reckon. Probably longer than some of us will ever stay in lockdown. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the tape off. This is my tearing tape, your favourite, Catherine, tearing tape, right? And I'm just going to lift this off of here, right? And then what I'm going to do is I've got a dauber in here, and I'm going to pick up some bits and attach them to the gluey bits. And you can see some of the bits are really big. Now let me see if I can, you can tell I've not done this before, can't you? Here we go. Just pick it up and it will stick. And it's a lovely gold. It's a nice gold. You know, sometimes you get gold that's very orangey. Well, this is what I call a proper gold. So I'm just rubbing that all over there. And can you see I'm rubbing it and it is coming off. So what I'm trying to do, and if I rub it enough, we will have a strip of gold. Oh, I know I could have easily put a strip of gold card on it, but I thought, why not try this out? So there we go. Now what I could do with this, I could do with a brush. Now what I did was, when I was decanting it, I thought, I know I'm going to need a brush. So what I did was I got one of the brushes, the watercolour brushes, and I thought this would just take off the dust, as you can see it, and I'm putting it all back in the pot. And it doesn't look like I've used any? No. There we go. There we go. Just make sure. Now can you see that, girls? How lovely that is. Pretty. So there's my brush that I'm going to use for me flakes. But I'm not going to put it back in the box. What I'm going to do is I've made like a little holder for it. So when I put the lid back on it, it's going to go in there. Oh, like so. So hopefully they will stay together. Right, I'm just getting that out of the way. I'll put the lid on safely so I don't end up with gold all over the place. And I'm just going to, you can see the little bits, look. But they are only little bits, so don't mind throwing those away. So let's go. Now I must have had a bit of tearing tape that stuck over the edge. Let's just tidy those ends up. Okay. Okay. So now what I've got here is I've got one of these stitched oval shapes, and they're going to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to stamp one of the flowers that's in the set, and welcome, Linda. I'm so sorry. I have no idea what is happening. I'm going to have to... I probably will go and talk to Catherine over in the States, because she's a real guru. Yes, I had to stop it and restart again because it just kept interrupting, and I don't know why. So I'm hoping the others will come back. All right. So let's just wait for them to come on. Have a slurp whilst we're waiting. It's really funny because, not funny, this morning I did a test and I ran it for about an hour and I had no problem at all. You think it might be the wind, dear Catherine? Well, that's true. It was windy the other day, wasn't it, girls? You could be right, you know. It could be the wind. So, let me bring back where we got to. So let's just see, is the picture... Yeah. I'm waiting for the others, Catherine, to come back, all right? I'm assuming you mean the wind outside. Let's see if Val and Hazel can find me and get back on. Oh dear. Do I sound calm or do I sound as if I'm going to hit somebody? Oh, it doesn't look like the others can find me. Outside wind. Oh, do I? Oh, well, that just shows you, Linda, because I don't feel calm. Yay, Jeanette's got back. I am so sorry, Jeanette. Oh, dear. Technology. Eh? Technology. I'm just waiting to see if Hazel and Val can get back on again. Catherine made a good suggestion. He wonders whether it's the wind that's causing it. And of course, we did have a windy day on Wednesday, didn't we? So it could well be that the wind is something that makes that interrupts the broadcast. I don't know why it would, but there we go. So I'm going back a step or two. I've done me... Yeah, well done, Hazel. Great. Hopefully Mum will try and get back in again. So what I did was, I don't know whether you saw it, I used my gilding flakes and I applied the gilding flakes to the strip of tearing tape, all right, and then I rubbed it over with my brush just to brush off any loose bits, and I get that lovely gold effect. If I bring that closer, can you see? It's lovely, really pretty gold, and it's not flat like foil paper would be. It's got a bit of sort of texture to it, which I think's even nicer. I must use these gold flakes a bit more. Try playing with it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the flower, and I'm using smoky slate, and I treated myself to some new stamp pads. So I've now, all of my stamp pads are now all the new ones, rather than having some old and some new. And I'd forgotten that the new stamp pads, they all, you see, they all lock together, which is great. Not that I need them to lock together, because I use a I have my Stampin storage that I use on my desk, but that could be handy when we start up classes again, couldn't it? Right, now, Misty Moonlight. So you see, Hazel, you were quite a way off when you said the purples. I am using grey and blue. I'm just going to, and this is a two-step stamp again. All right, so I'm lining up. Can you see it on the stamp there? There's like a little half moon. That would be where the stalk is. Oh, hello, Pam. Welcome. Well, we've made a couple of cards. We've had the session stopped halfway, got interrupted. Oh, Judy's with us as well. Oh dear. We've had a bit of a day. But at least we don't seem to be pixelating. I'm touching wood while I say that, girls. So, I've made a couple of cards. I'll show you the cards. All right, I've already made it at the end. All right. So what I'm using Art Gallery, and I'm just making a card using the stamps. And I've stamped the flower in Smoky Slate, and then this is the two-step stamping piece, and I'm lining up that little half circle with that gap there. Like so, and then I'm going to do the same with the other ones, doing exactly the same. And there we go. So there we go. Let me clean my stamp. So that is Smoky Slate and Misty Moonlight. And then what I'm going to do is, now there is a die that I could use to cut it out, but my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss is downstairs. So I am going to fussy cut it. And it's very easy to fussy cut. So I'm just going to, and of course when you're fussy cutting, you always want to turn your paper rather than your scissors if you can, and I will come back and do that. So I'm just going to cut. Ah, right, so you keep yours in a storage box, do you, Hazel? Yeah. Well, the Stampin' storage is really good. I like it. I've got the one for my stamps, and I've got the ones for the pens. And the nice thing about the storage for the stamps is you've got a little groove where you could put the Stampin' Right marker as well, so you can have the two of them together, which I think is lovely. And then you get some open fronted ones, and I use those to store ribbons, and I've even used some to store my current punches on. Because although I've got a big wooden thing that I store my punches on, I tend to use that for the ones that are retired, which I won't get rid of. Might use for when I'm making cards to go into my shop. How's your new bench, Judy? Are you pleased with it? Did Val manage to get back on? I didn't. do I? I'm going to have to talk to somebody who knows a bit more about Facebook than I do, because I have no idea why I'm having trouble. I didn't used to have trouble, did I? And I don't think I've done something and changed any settings, but I might have done without realising it. Or it's just Facebook determined to make it difficult for those of us that do Facebook Lives. There we go. So there's my flower. If it keeps happening, Pam, try going out and coming back in again. I've got a feeling it might be something to do with Kingsmead Drive. Only I can't go out and come back in again. Right, so there we go. Now, shall I put a bit of Wink of Stella on? Why not? Let's just put a little bit of Wink of Stella on here, just to highlight the flowers a bit. What do you think of the colour combination then, girls? No, I like it anyway. It might not be your cup of tea, but I thought, oh, nice. Nice. Was it? That was a bargain, wasn't it, Judy? Wow. Right, so I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to put... Is it raining out? Let me put some lights on. Let's see. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals. Now I need little dimensionals. I've got little dimensionals in my box, I'm sure I do. If not, I'll get some out from the drawer. Got some more big ones. Right, so let's use the big ones to start with. There we go. Let's chop some of them in half. Let's just chop a couple in half. You see that now I've got the lights on, you can see the pretty shimmer. Yes, it does look like rain's coming. Okay, so that's going to go on there. Mind you, they did say, I think, that we were going to have some horrible weather this weekend, didn't they? But I saw in the paper this morning that we're going to have a heat wave ready for when we can get together and meet outside. We're going to have a heat wave, which would be lovely. Right, pop that on there like so. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie a bow. And shall I use the blue or the grey? What do you think? Blue? That's the grey. Oh, that's the blue. I think the blue. I think the blue will bring out. And I'm going to tie a bow. So let's do do a bunny ears bow if my hands will allow it. For every yeah, I'll do that for you, Pam, don't worry. I like to use a lot of dimensionals. I like to put a lot of support on things. There we go. Even those little edges up. Look, I've got glitter on my scissors. Gold stuff. There we go. That's going to go on there. So I need a glue dot. So let's bring my glue dots in. I'm going to make a little ball because it's quite a small one. I've got it on my finger, and then I'm going to put that behind the knot, and then that's going to go on there like so. Now this can go on the front of my card. I'm going to attach this to the base of the card, the base card first. Now, did I have a piece of blue to go behind it? Did I? No, didn't. Do you think it needs some blue behind it? No, it doesn't. I'm not going to put some blue behind it. Where's my glue gone? Just going to put some glue on here. Yeah, the next birthday is Carolyn's, you're right. And did you hear her say yesterday, she's 60? 60. Can you believe it? A glamorous 60. But I will send you the list, or I'll send you a link to the list. All right. Yeah. Well, I guess I could be called lots of other things, Val. I don't mind being called the Dimensional Queen at all. And because I'm going to put some more on now. I do like dimensionals. I know it costs a little bit more to post them when you've got lots of dimensionals on, but I think that's, I don't know, I just like them. And I bet, would you only put one on here then, Judy? I mean, that would get flattened in the post. As I say, I like a lot of support. That's going to go on there, like so. There we go. Pretty. Pretty. I don't think I took the bit of that off. That's better. Good. Now put some poils on. And yeah, pearls. Have I got anything that's goldy? Have I got any gold? Let me just see if I've got any gold gems to put on. I think they would look quite nice with that, wouldn't they? No, I don't look like I have. Nope, don't like those. Nope. I mean, let's have a look in my box, see if I can spot anything that's gold. those have got gold bits gold in, look. But you see what I mean? They're not the same coloured gold. Don't want to use those. They're not going to look nice. Not going to look nice at all. What colour are they? No. No, right, I'm going to stick with pearls. You put a few dimensions if you're post. Maybe 2 or 3. Well, there you go. Each to their own. And I obviously have to live up to my name, the Dimensional Queen, don't I? So I am going to put, where am I going to put these? I'm just going to put up here because we've got nothing up here. And then one over here. One there. There we go. There we go. There we go. 3 others. I know it's an even number, girls, but that's just the way it is. So there we go. There's another card. This time we did some stamping. Now, let me just show you something that I did. When I was playing with the colours, what I did was I got a piece of basic white and I stamped lots of different ways that the colours could go together, and it was good practice for the 2-step stamping as well. So look, this one is, I stamped Misty Moonlight first for the bigger flower, and then I added Smoky Slates. Then this one is that in reverse, so I did the Smoky Slate first and then the Misty Moonlight for the highlights. I like both of those actually. And then I also played with Seaside Spray. Now look at this, Seaside Spray and Seaside Spray. How cool is that? That's lovely. I do like that. Then this one is Seaside Spray and Misty Moonlight. I'm not sure about that one. Not sure about that one at all. This one is Misty Moonlight and Misty Moonlight. Okay. And then this one was Misty Moonlight with Seaside Spray afterwards. I quite like that one. But aren't they different? And that's the nice thing about 2-step stamping is, you know, you can get such a huge variety when you put 2 different colours together, or even 2 of the same colour. So I think that's really cool. So let's get on. I've got another card here ready. Oh, I didn't put a sentiment on that card. What should I do? Should I put a sentiment on? I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one as it is. We'll see what happens with the next one. Thank you, Hazel. Right, so we're going to definitely do some stamping here. I've got a piece of, this is Misty Moonlight. This is Whisper White, because I'm still using up Whisper White. Right, and I am going to use the 2-step stamping, I think. And I am going to use the 2 bits. Now can you see the difference? So this is the top layer that gives the texture, and then this is the bigger layer. Don't know whether you can see that at all. Can you? Yeah. And then this is the second one. All right. So I am going to stamp with a Smoky Slate. Can you hear the wind? Yep. Windy. So I am going to right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my corner to corner thing. You've seen me do this sort of card before, but I've just not done it with this. So I'm going to put a big one here, and then one here. And make sure can you see here where I came off the page? Don't try and then go and stamp straight away with the other side, because you could end up with You could end up with a line. Now Charles is up since Monday, I think it is. He has been getting up more normal time. I think he's preparing himself, you see, for when he has his op done, because once his op's done, he's going to need to have his drops put in his eyes, and of course, if he's asleep, I can't do his drops, can I? So I'm just going to put this one up here. Lovely. And I think I'm going to put a stalk on this one. And so there is a stem. Can you see here? There's a stem. So I'm just going to stamp this. Actually, Charles doesn't snore. It's me that snores. I'm just going to stamp this here. Like so. And this is a new ink pad, as you can see. So it's quite juicy. But that's all right. We don't have a problem with that. Now, shall I put some? I might put some more leaves on. So let's just put a few more leafy bits here. Ooh. Okay. Right, now I'm going to clean me. Clean me stamps. Now, what I need to do is I'm going to put the green away, and I'm going to bring in Misty Moonlight. Or shall I do Night of Navy? I'm going to do Night of Navy, because we've not used Night of Navy. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I want to make sure that this isn't too juicy, and although I've used it a couple, can you see? You can see the ink on the top there, look. So I'm just getting a bone folder. This is an old bone folder, as you can see, not one of my Stampin' Up ones. And I'm just pushing that ink into the pad, moving it around to try and spread it out a bit, because it's there you go. Got a tissue. Okay. So now I'm going to bring in the accent piece. Let's just try it and see what it's like. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so again I'm going to line up that little space there, and I'm going to line up that piece there and that piece there with that shape there and that piece there. So if you can see that, I mean, it's not going to be exact because it's not meant to be exact. Now I'm going to set this aside a minute because it is juicy and I'd hate to to rub it and smudge it. So let me just clean the stamp. Okay. So let's bring in my card base. Card base. So that's going to go on there. So. Here we go. Pop that down there. Let's see if this is dried. Yeah, the gas. So this is going to go on here like so. So we just need a sentiment now. A sentiment. Now in the set there are some lovely sentiments. Can you see? Who was it who was asking yesterday at the Piglets meeting for good luck? I have a feeling it was Sue. I will message her later, and just in case she's not noticed, that there is a good luck on that stamp set there. But it's got some lovely sentiments, and I like the font. You said you liked the sentiments, didn't you, Linda? They are lovely. And the nice thing about the sentiments is they fit on, some of them, not all of them, fit onto the classic label punch, which is going. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stamp the, I'm gonna do thank you, I think. Always need thank you cards. It was Sue. I thought it was. I'll message her later on. I don't think she's on with us this afternoon. I'll let her know that there's one on that set in case she hasn't noticed it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, and bring in the classic label punch. And then so you can just line it up perfectly. I shall be so sorry when this goes. I will carry on using it. An extra little bit of embellishment to your card. So now what I need to do, you know, there's little bits of gilding flakes floating about everywhere. Right, I'm going to put that on there. Now shall I put a piece behind it? Let's have a look and see. So I'll punch a shape. This is the for those that weren't here, this is the Label Me Fancy punch. And what I might do, I'll put that there, and then put that across there. Like that. Yeah, that looks good. That's what I'm going to do across there. Oh, I could have put some gilding flakes on it, couldn't I? Cool, that would have been a bit rash. Right, that's going to go on there like so. Move it over a bit till I... And that's going to go on there like so. Right, I'm going to put this on flat. I'm not going to use dimensionals. This is going to go on there. That's there. And then I'm going to use some grey twine this time. Oh, I'll tell you what I could do is I could put both of them together. How about that? Put both of them together. Yeah, let's do that. Just a bunny ears bow. Okay, bunny ears. Are you still with me, girls? Looks like you are. Oh, chuck that in my basket, and then I'm going to put that underneath there, like so. So a glue dot, make into a little ball behind the knot. Good. Glad I'm not talking to myself. Mind you, I do it quite a lot when I'm crafting, actually. There you go. Can't bit that off, I think. Let's have one slightly short, yeah, that's better. And then I'm going to pop some pearls along there. I'm going to use some of the little ones. There we go. 3 little pearls. Oh, you are lucky. I've actually got a cup of tea. I remembered to make one today. So I'm going to have a slurp of tea. There we go. Slurp of tea. Yum. So there's another card, girls. And I love this grey and blue. I think it's really, really lovely. But you can use any colour you like. You just have a little play and see what goes with what. I mean, if you go onto Pinterest, you will find lots of ideas of colours that go together. Or if you haven't, or I'm sure you will have seen it, we have a colour chart. Where is it? Where's my colour chart? Oh, here we go. There's my colour chart. And this is really useful if you're ever thinking, oh, what colours go with which. You can print this off. I printed mine onto Whisper White, and then I just put a shape on it. This is the same. This is Daffodil Delight, so I can just find the colour straight away, and you can see everything that will go with Daffodil Delight. Now this isn't just you know, the end of it. You could find lots of other colours as well, which is really handy. So if I went, say if I wanted Misty Moonlight, here we go. I could have used Daffodil Delight or Petal Pink. Look how that goes together. Petal Pink, nice. And because we will be getting new colours with the new annual catalogue, we will have sheets for those as well. So you get them for the in colours as well as the colour families. And if you want to know where this is, it's on your demonstrator website, but I'll point you to it. So if Pam's still here and wants it, I'll help you find it, Pam. All right. So there we go. There's another card. Yay! How are we doing? How many cards have we made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should we do another one? Are you up for another one, girls? Have you got time? Right. Let's get a card base. Now this I definitely haven't prepped for. So I need a card base. I need some basic white. What else am I going to use? Let me see. I think I am going to... Yeah, it is lovely, Pam. Really, really handy, the colour chart. Now what am I going to do? I think I'm just going to do something across here. Now I have got somewhere, what did I do with it? I have got a shape, one of the shapes. So how about if I do that like so, and I'm going to stamp on this with some flowers, I think. Now what colour shall I am going to use Seaside Spray. Do you remember this one that I did that was Seaside Spray and Seaside Spray? Let's have a play with that and see what it comes out like. So I got Seaside Spray. You'll need a new printer. And you'll need new ink. Oh yeah, you need ink. You need... Well, if you need me to do a set for you, Val, then shout and I will gladly do a set for you. And I've got a hair on my... Right, so let's do... Same as you, Hazel. If you would like me to do one for you, just give me a shout. So how am I going to do this? Let's pop this one here. Pop this here. Oh, you see what I mean? See what I did there? I didn't stamp that up properly. Let's see if I can get that. Line it up. Because it's photopolymer, you should be able to line it up. No, I'm going to turn that over. Start again on the emergency side. Let's try that again. I thought I'd stamped it up. Right. Doing. Doing. And then we'll come down here. There we go. Good. Clean me stamp. And I could really do with some splodges. Now, have I got anything with splodges on it out? Let me see. Oh. Excuse me, girls. I'm just going to go and find a stamp that's got splodges on. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's see, what have I got here? Poppies. Right, I'm going to use the splodge from Painted Poppies. I love this set. I'm so glad it's not retiring. So take that, pop it on a block. Yep. And then I'm going to try and use the... I don't want this bit here with the middle of the splodge. I want the edges. It's going to... Let's see what that's like. Yeah. come in and do some smoky slate ones as well. Stamp this off so it's not too dark. Yeah, it definitely needs to be stamped off because the ink pad is quite, that's it, quite dark. Lovely, that'll do. That will do. Now what I'm going to do is that with my Seaside Spray, and of course this Seaside Spray is one of the colours that is retiring. Boo-hoo! Boo-hoo! So let's bring in this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp this here. And I mean, whoever designs these stamps is so clever, because, you know, even though you're using the same ink, the colour is different, and I think that is very clever. So they've obviously, let's put this one here. There we go. Cool. Now, bring in my card. So that's going to go across there, but I need something around it. I don't want to leave it just as it is. So I think I'm going to just put some splodges. I think that, oh, I'll tell you what I could use. I have got out the borders to background. Let's use that. Let's put that on a block. We'll use the splodges though, I think. Or shall we use the lines? No, splodges. I'm sure there's a proper name for these splodges, but it's what I call them anyway. Cool. Yeah, it is, and that's what our two-step stamps are like. I mean, I can't draw a stick person. You've heard me say that loads of times. So to have a stamp that can do these fabulous things is just so nice. And when you get the texture on your stamp as well, I think it's so lovely, you know, because you get such a good result. And easy. Ooh, oh dear. Oh, poor, look, it didn't land on my card. That was that was a miracle, wasn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up here. Come down here. Right, let's put my little piece to see whether I've got any of it showing. No, I need to go up a bit higher. Okay. There. Lovely. Lovely. what I need is I need a piece of seaside spray card. Now, have I got any seaside spray card? That's the question. I don't know if I have. I'm going to have to get some because... Oh, look, I found one piece. And it's a big piece. Look, one piece of seaside spray. That's all I've got. I will get another pack because I do like seaside spray. And I'm going to... Oh, I know what I could do. How about if I bring in the postage stamp punch? What have I done with that? The rectangly. Where's the rectangly? Oh, it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is going to do one to start with, and I'm going to cut this in half. Oops. Just going to cut that sort of in half, like so. Okay, so this is going to go on here and then one at the bottom. So let me just get rid of that for the minute. I'm going to shut me ink pad out before something drops in it. Bring in a splodge of glue. And then this is going to go, I might be able to line up those, just be able to line it up. Wow, that's clever. This is what I mean about having a plan, but, you know, not really having a plan. And that's going to go at the bottom there. So, oops, managed to turn that over. Okay, that's going to go there, like so. Where's my silicone mat? Otherwise I'm going to cover that up. Right, so this is going to go on here, like so. Ribbon? What do you reckon, ribbon? We had a ribbon. We had this lovely linen ribbon. But I think that might be a bit too... Oh, that would... Oh, how cool is that? Look, because of the scallops on me... Yeah, I think I'm going to put some of that behind. I'm not going to wrap it. I'm going to attach it with... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tearing tape behind here. Where's my tearing tape? Put some tearing tape behind here, like so. Use the pokey end of my pick me up tool. Start it off. But before I take it all off, I'm going to decide where I'm going to put it. I know it's too long. I will cut it off for sure. That's going to go like that. Okay. So it's sort of across the middle there. If I can get it level, I might even be able to. I've got my tongue poking out again, girls. There we go. There we go. Oh, oh. There we go. That's fine. And I'm just going to snip that there because it's quite thick ribbon, this one. I don't want it to. Oh, put that in the bin. Right. This is going to go on. Oh, I'm upside down. This is going to go on here with some dimensionals. How many do you think I'm going to use on here then? Perhaps we should have a competition to see how many dimensionals can I put on the back of a topper for a card. Here we go. So I put 3, 6, I've put 8 on there. Poor Judy's probably having a fit. Are you just watching, Pam, or are you crafting? Probably 5. No. You did right, Pam. Right, that's going to go on there like so. Lovely. And I've got a little thank you that I need a thank you in Seaside Spray. Where's my plain bit of card? Let's bring in a plain bit of card. And I'm going to stamp thank you. Or shall I do it as happy birthday? No, I need thank you cards. Good, thank you. You're making a box, are you, Pam? You do like your boxes and your bags, don't you? Well, it won't be long, Pam, till we can get together. Then we can come and sit in the summer house. And I can help you out a bit, can I? Very pale, that. But that's fine. I don't mind that. There. And I'm just going to put that on there. So because I'm going to layer it on top of the bit that's raised up on dimensionals, I only need to put a dimensional at one end. So what I'll do, look, this bit of ribbon keeps getting stuck to my scissors. And then I'll put a glue dot on the other end, like so. And that's going to go on there. There we go. Now I need to put that on the front of my card. Where's the card base gone? There it is. Now I think this definitely needs some Seaside Spray behind it. Piece of Seaside Spray on there. So I want 5.5. So I want 5 5/8. does she? Lovely. Well, if you want me to give you a hand, you know, we can always do it on my front doorstep. Oh, bless. So it needs to be something quite simple then, doesn't it, Pam? But that's okay, because making boxes can be simple. You don't have to make it complicated. Right, so I'm going to put that on there and that on there. That's what it needed. Get your scissors out of the way. So let's have some glue. Oh, can you hear my tummy rumbling? I must confess I didn't have a very good night. I came to bed quite normally and I woke up about, I don't know, 2 o'clock and I had the most dreadful toothache. Either toothache or earache, I don't know which, but they both hurt. At any rate, whatever it was horrible. So I came downstairs, I took a paracetamol and didn't go, so I took one of Charles's horse pills, as I call them, one of his painkiller pills, and I did doze off, thank goodness. There we go. And that's going to go on there. We'll have a chat afterwards, Pam, and you can tell me the sort of thing that you thought your customer would like, and I'll see if I can help you come up with something. All right. There we go. So we just need a few pearls on here. Don't you think? A few pearls. If I can find where I put them. There we go. In fact, I'm just wondering whether I could... No, I'm not going to fiddle with it. Oh, Hazel. So you're tired, aren't you? Oh, gosh. It's annoying, isn't it, when you wake up and you can't go back to sleep. I never can go back to sleep. If I do that, I end up with the most dreadful headache. Let's just fill in some spaces. There we go. There we go. So there we go, girls. Another card. Another card done. So I think I've probably it's nearly 4 o'clock, girls. Cool. Right, I think I'm going to finish there. All right. Thank you all so much for sticking with me, and I hope you have enjoyed the cards that I've made with Art Gallery. Lovely, lovely set. Lovely set. I'm really and I like the fact that it's big. Oh, you had your jab yesterday. Ah, yes. So you may feel a little bit funny for 24 hours or so. But that's quite normal. Don't worry about it. Just take it gently today. Try not to do too much and rest, because you are got a wardrobe stuck on my chest. So let's just get the cards out that we've made today. I didn't make very much mess on my grid paper, look. That wasn't bad, so let me just get rid of it. Oh. I attach it with glue dots so it doesn't slip and slide all over the place. And I'll bring in the cards that I've made. Now those of you that weren't there at the beginning, some of these you won't have seen. So that was the first one we made, where I cut a piece of designer series paper and just layered it onto the front of the card. And this is one of the many messages stamps which I used the die cut out. And this is the second one, same piece of designer series paper, but I cut it into strips. Right, then this is the one where we started the stamping, and this paper is from the Boho Indigo, and I used a bit of the gold flakes, which I am definitely going to play with again. They were good fun, I like them. And then we had this one. Let's see if I can get them all on. I don't know whether I can. Where's my mouse? Oh, you were working this morning, were you? Oh dear, that not good. Right, so let's see. Right, so then there's this card. So we've done 5 cards today. There we go, 5 cards. Great. So thank you all so much for sticking with me. We didn't get the pixelation today, thank goodness, even though we did manage to get a break in the middle, and I will try and join them up and post them together, hopefully. Might take me a little while because I didn't manage it the Wednesday one. So I will do a blog post though, and I will post pictures of the cards and everything that I've used this afternoon. So thank you very much, girls, and I shall speak to you soon, no doubt. Have a good rest of the weekend. Enjoy.